Welcome to another wonderful episode of the Perspective Podcast. Today we have Vic on the show.
Hi everyone, how are you?
So in today's episode, we talk about the dynamics of growing up in a broken home, dealing with death of loved ones, friends, and family, toxic relationships in this generation, who's worse, men or women, or is it both, just all types of fucked up, and finding purpose in a fast-paced world. Awesome, I'm so excited to have you on the show.
I'm excited to be here.
For the first time viewer, this is a show about hardships, adversity, kind of things that made us who we are, some learning lessons for anyone who's potentially navigating or dealing with similar scenarios that our guests come and talk about. So we're going to be experiencing in this real time. I don't know anything about Victoria's story. I've never heard it before, and I'm excited to see what the rundown is. So you're going to be learning just like in real time as I'll be learning.
Just as so you know, I did not pre-prep anything. I did not plan nothing. So I wanted you to get the full raw response to whatever questions you have coming my way. And I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
That's what this is all about. See, this is about real people, real conversations, real situations that make us who we are, right? So let's just hit it with the first question, the number one question, which is hardship, like experiences that you feel has made you who you are.
Personally, I'd say my family life. Growing up as a kid, I come from a broken home.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's a single mom of 4 kids. I was the baby. I came way late into the picture. You know, my dad wasn't the greatest person. He struggled with alcohol and a little abusive and stuff like that. I won't sit here and say, like, he beat the shit out of me, but, you know, he had a lot of his own demons and stuff. And when I was in kindergarten, I came home one day and we just up and left.
Really?
Like, I pulled up home. My mom picked me up from my class to a U-Haul truck in my driveway, and I was completely confused. But as I got older, I came to understand why everything was what it was. Because at the time I was 5, so it's just like, that's my dad. Like, he didn't do no wrong in my eyes, you know?
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is that my mom, I respect her 100% because she let me figure out on my own that he wasn't someone I wanted a part of my life.
So you guys don't have any connection at all to this day?
No, yeah. He's tried to reach out, but I've just felt that I've closed off that trauma, that I don't want to reopen it. And, like, some people are like, oh, you should to get the closure and stuff. But I feel like
Right.
there's not much more to say, to be honest.
I feel that. That's the thing. Like, that's why it's like I have some controversy sometimes dealing with the podcast, right? Because with the podcast, we expose and kind of have conversations about some things that, you know what I mean? Maybe is it better just to kind of just like let it go in the past, or is it better to like maybe let the poison out? You know what I mean? To actually explore. Like, for my instance, like the reason that I find value in the podcast is that, you know, when you have a situation where people aren't really listening to you, every time like you have close family members or whatever, and you want to speak up about depth, you know what I mean? Things that are sitting in your heart, and no one gives you the time of day, you don't get the chance to really understand shit. Instead, it kind of almost takes over you. That's what happened with me. You know what I mean? Growing up, I just felt like I wasn't living in myself. I was acting out of character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I find value in the podcast. And I don't want to rehash anything that is still hurting.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to do that with you. Like, you know what I mean? Because you said like you have like, you don't want to.
Oh, no, trust me. Anything, I'm very open, especially about the stuff that happened in my life. It's what makes me me. And that's why I react and do things the way I do, you know?
Yeah.
I've kind of just grown up on, like, I've had people there, and I'm not going to say my family wasn't there for me because they absolutely were. But being the youngest, like, me and my sister are 20 years apart. So, like, I have big age gaps within my siblings and stuff. So
Wow.
I kind of just had to grow up on my own.
Yeah, yeah.
And, I mean, like, I had my people there along the way, but it's like now that I am an adult and I'm adulting and doing things that we have to do, I'm finding myself sometimes lost. And I'm like, no one showed me this shit. Like, no one showed me none of this. And maybe if all this crazy stuff wasn't going on, I wouldn't feel that way. But I wouldn't change it for anything. Because I could sit here and I feel like I'm a very strong individual and independent. And, like, I work my ass off. I work 2 jobs. I'm in school full time. I live on my own. I'm only 25. I'm still a baby. And, I mean, I can't thank anyone else for that more than just my family and just my coming up in general.
Definitely.
Because if I didn't get that, I would just be sitting here probably, like, half of the world on mommy, daddy money and just feeling entitled and thinking that I could do whatever I want when in reality that's not what it is.
So you mentioned that like now that you're an adult and you have some adult problems that you still kind of struggle with on your own. Do you mind sharing what some things that you have some
Right now, I mean, in
difficulty
this
navigating right now?
economy, it's just money right now. Everything's hard. Like I said, I live on my own. I have my rent, my bills, regular things that probably wasn't in the plan for me right now. Probably would have liked to stay home longer than I did, but my mom moved up to Jersey and stuff, and that just really wasn't my plan. So I decided to stay in Brooklyn, and now I'm taking on a lot more responsibilities than I had to.
Hmm.
And within that, like, I'm paying for my school on my own. Like, I'm not getting help from nowhere
No
besides
roommates, no nothing.
nothing. Just me on my own. My car, the car people definitely screwed me over and got up on me.
Oh shit.
So that payment's crazy. And then school alone, it's like every semester is almost like $4,000, which I feel like anyone that's going through that right now can understand. It's insane. And like fast food and stuff, they don't want to help you.
Right.
They make it so hard to get any type of coverage. And it's just like, I work almost 17 hours, 4 days out of the week. And I feel like I'm busting my ass for no reason because it just goes. And it's just like, I'm
Wow.
just getting by.
That's a lot for somebody at your age. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's a lot to like to tack on and to handle. So you mentioned you're rocking 2 jobs right now.
Yeah, I'm a dental assistant and I work in a smoke shop.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I do school online full time.
Gotcha. And what's your purpose with school?
Right now, I'm just doing just liberal arts just to get my bachelor's degree, but then I am planning to move to Puerto Rico and do dental school down there.
Hmm. So you don't got nobody that you can rely on?
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
conversations, like deep stuff, like just like on your heart, mind.
I have my few people and they know who they are and they definitely are always there for me if I need anything. But me being a Scorpio, I'm definitely closed off type of person. So I
Hmm.
isolate myself a lot until I probably crash out, I would say.
That's interesting.
Not the best trait, but
So then
I
let me
try to
ask
avoid
you.
that.
So if you're so closed off and you like to keep things internal, essentially, what made you want to even decide to come on the show?
um, that's a good question. I mean, I feel like one, you guys put out a good message, and I like the thought of expressing my story and my life and what I have going on that could possibly help somebody else because, like I just said, I like to isolate myself and keep myself closed in, and a lot of people don't know what I have going on and what I'm struggling with, but sometimes if I see a video online of someone talking about what I'm feeling about, it does help a little bit. So even if
Right.
they might not go exactly what I'm going through, they might be able to relate a little bit. It might help them.
So tell me about what you're feeling right now.
Right now, I will say I'm okay. I'm not that deep yet. We haven't got that deep yet that I will say like I'm getting emotional or anything like that. I feel comfortable. I feel confident talking to you about this stuff. And that's definitely one of the reasons why I did come because if I felt like I was going to hold anything back, I wouldn't have done that to you or myself,
Hmm.
you know.
So do you feel like the most impactful thing that you've gone through is it like the abusiveness of your father, the drinking, or is it just the entire family dynamic, your relationship with your sisters, maybe outside of the home? How? Because I hear Brooklyn can be kind of a tough city. Is that right, or is it the Bronx? I always get a
Bronx is definitely worse than Brooklyn.
okay.
But I mean, Brooklyn's not easy either. I just feel like all of New York right now is really kind of going through it. It's a lot of crazy shit happening
In what way?
everywhere. I mean, just like out on the streets and like like violence and stuff happening. I feel like that you hear something almost every day. Something happening on the train station or just someone on the street. But luckily where I'm at in Brooklyn, no one really bothers me. I just mind my business and like I said, I'm working half the time anyway, so my neighbors barely even know me. I'm like I pretty much am home just for a couple hours just to sleep and then I go right back.
So is like the biggest thing that you think is holding you back currently? Is it just like the obligation of paying bills and stuff, or is it just like some regressed past mental roadblocks of some sort?
I would say probably a little bit of both. I mean, the bills is just kind of like life right now and just having, what I have to do. So it's whether
Yeah.
I want it or not, I got to deal with it.
Which takes away from the rest that you can have to give attention to your mind.
Yes. And like, I feel like I have a lot on my plate and I feel like most people that do know me can vouch for me on that. And, I'm just, I'm trying to balance life, school, work, my friends, my own time, my own mental, like I'm just
Yeah.
trying to do all that at once sometimes could become very overwhelming. And like I say, I feel like I work myself thin. Like I'm constantly, and if it's not me like physically doing work, it's me trying to plan a shoot or trying to plan something with my friends, or even just like sitting there for my friends. I feel like I'm definitely the like therapist friend of the group. A lot of my friends come to me with their problems, which I absolutely love. But sometimes too, it does get a little overwhelming because I feel like not many people ask how I'm doing. Does that make sense?
How are you doing?
All right.
What a cop out answer.
Like, okay.
I'm all right. That's.
I mean, it's a lot.
Mm.
It's just like I feel like I just have a lot on my plate all the time. Like, I feel like I never get a chance to just breathe
Right.
when I'm here, when I'm in New York and I'm home. Like, that's why I feel like I go to PR as much as I do. I literally go multiple times throughout the year. I can't help myself, but it's just because I feel happy there. Like, I don't have to worry about nothing. And it's not just like me going on vacation and being a tourist. Like, no, I go, I stay in local areas. I deal with the locals. I have friends and family down there that I'm always with. And it's just a complete different vibe. The energy of the people down there, that's definitely my runaway place. And that's why I like as long as I get accepted and everything, I really want to go to school down there because I feel like it'll change my mentality on a lot of things.
So what's the biggest hurdle to like make the jump?
Well, right now, I just have to get through my classes to get my bachelor's degree, and then I'm just saving and trying to prepare and find out as much information as I need for everything getting down there because I'm changing my whole life and I'm gonna be going alone. So paperwork and getting like my car and all that stuff, it's a lot of information like I'm looking into. Even just places to stay. They have like places that you could rent out with full furniture, no furniture. You could get property or just an apartment. Same thing with looking, anywhere else. But I've never done a big move like that. I've always just kind of bounced around throughout New York in different locations. So it's a big change for me. I give it to the people that could just up and leave with like nothing because I can't go unprepared. Like that is something I have to prepare for.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big ass leap.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, but I'm excited for it. It's a good scary.
I can't even imagine like where we are. It's one of the like an affluent places in CT, but I feel like New York is just like significantly more difficult.
New York's a lot.
You know what I mean? Especially doing it at 25 by yourself. That sounds.
It's a lot. Difficult. It's not fucking cheap. It is not cheap, and I feel like New York, like you got to kind of just be like rough around the edges. Like you can't. Not saying that I go down the block and argue with people for shits and giggles, but you can't take no shit. You got to be able to stand on your own feet and stand up for yourself in situations because there's a lot of times that you'll be put in a corner that like you won't have many people on your side and you got to do it for you.
Yeah, I get that. It's one of those places like as we mentioned before, it's like you really don't have time to just like sit down and
we're just go. Yeah, fast paced. That like it's so fast paced that if I'm just being slow, like I start to like tweak out a little bit. Like I'm like I gotta do something. I can't just.
You were shaped out by that. Like you grew up in this type of environment. So do you feel like our environment, like the population of a town, how fast paced New York is? Do you think that plays a part into like mental health?
Absolutely. Because I mean I feel like you go to other places like down south or anywhere, and it's like. Just the hospitality alone is completely different. You have people walking out, hey, how are you? How you doing? Good morning. Yeah. New York, you don't get that. You're lucky you get someone to wave at you. Like everyone's just head down, go. Like
there's so much competition.
We got to do what we got to do. We have places to be, and we don't got time to wait around. That's how I feel like New York is.
Right.
But that's not a negative thing either. It's just I feel like New York is filled with a lot of struggle, a lot of hustle, and that's why New York is the way it is. Like most people have a lot of hardships coming from New York. It's not an easy place to live. It's not an easy place to come up. Once you come up, you could come up quick, but a lot of people don't talk about the hardships of getting there beforehand.
Right. It's difficult. Especially if you got big dreams. You got big dreams, you gotta suffer through quite a bit. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot to learn, and pain is a lot of information coming in at once. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So, pressure makes diamonds, right? New York is one of those places where, like, there's a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? But also everyone's different. And the type of pressure that really makes you a diamond may not be the same as somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, what I may consider pressure, you may not think it's pressure at all, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you might think it's, like, the most difficult thing, and I might think it's a fucking breeze. I might think it's difficult as shit, and you'd be like, yo, what are you bitching about? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
So
get it.
do you feel like New York is really like, is that a place where you feel like you can absolutely thrive? Do you think that you'll become a diamond in this type of economy, in that type of
I feel
community?
like because I was born and raised there, I could find my way to like thug it out. But the thing is, for me, I don't want to stay there. And it's not because of that. It's just like I said before, like I know where makes me happy, and that genuinely is Puerto Rico for me. Like I every time
Are you
I
Spanish? You Puerto
yeah,
Rican?
I'm Italian and Puerto Rican, and but like every time I'm there, I like cry before I leave. Like, and it's not even like I plan to. Like, I'll just be sitting there and tears just start coming out. Like, I just have a weird connection down there that I don't think New York could ever give
Yeah,
me.
I'm gonna
But
hit
I'll
you up
miss
in
it.
3 years. I better hear you living in PR.
In about a year and a half, that's the goal. Once I get my bachelor's, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds like a beautiful dream. I would love to like retire someplace on the water.
It's gorgeous.
That's my dream for sure.
It's good vibe, good energy. I feel like, how can you be angry on a beach? I can't be mad on a beach.
So when was the last time you and your dad kind of had contact? And I want to talk
Ooh.
more. Is that like the biggest thing? The family dynamic is the biggest like stressor that you've had to.
I feel like that, and like maybe like relationship stuff that I've been through in the past, but family, like the family thing is definitely a big impact on me and just the way I act and go about things. Because like even down to just now, like me being 25 and like boys and this, that, and whatever, like a lot of stuff that like girls that I'm good friends with come to me about that like make them mad or rub them the wrong way about their man. Like I'm normally the one like, why are you even mad about that?
It's minor
Like,
type shit.
yeah, like who's mad about Instagram likes and stuff and shit like that. Like I don't know, that never bothered me, especially because I mean I do like the modeling and stuff like that. So it's like,
Get my engagement up, baby.
how am I gonna do? Yeah, like how am I gonna be doing modeling and then get mad? Like social media is made for likes and follows. Like if you go the extra mile to comment and DM, that's a different story. Because
Yeah.
now you're entertaining it and you're going
Right.
the extra step to
Trying to plant some seeds.
exactly. But like for a like or a follow, what am I gonna care about that? I like and follow people's stuff. People like and follow my page. I'm not gonna get mad about it. But like just stupid little situations like that. Like I feel like a lot of things that girls would react quick to, I don't react like that. But I feel like that's because I seen like what I saw growing up. Like,
Which is
my mom and dad split up. I mean, my mom wasn't really with like that many great people. Now I will say she been married. I don't even know how many years she's been with my stepdad. I think like maybe 6 or 7, maybe going 8 years. I won't lie, I wasn't his biggest fan when he first came in the picture, but that was just me being 16 and a little girl, and I'm just like, who's this dude coming in my house? Like, you're not about to come in here and try and act like my dad, because
You're not.
my dad don't even do that. You're not my dad, and if anyone's gonna tell me anything, my mom is gonna be the one to tell me.
Right.
But I would say my mom was pretty chill vibes. I think my siblings put her through too much shit for her to be all crazy with me, but she always knew I was always a good one. I was very shy growing up. I was always like in the corner minding my business, so I feel like she didn't really like, not that she didn't worry, but she kind of was like, she's good. Like I know she's not going to be doing half the stuff my siblings did.
Right.
But I seen her go through a lot on her own.
Your
Like,
mother?
yeah, my mom just, like I said, my siblings were older, but at the same time too, growing up, like they still, my sister was 20 when I was born, so it wasn't like, they weren't like adults, but you know, they were just getting up there, so like they weren't able to do too much. It was mainly on my mom, and luckily, I mean, RIP, my grandmothers, but you know, they did a lot for us growing up, and my aunt, like, you know, our family stepped in and did what they had to do, but I watched my mom just struggle through working and heartbreak and just having to try and deal with 4 kids in New York City, barely getting by.
I can't even imagine that.
We didn't come from anything. I have no problem saying that. I actually love saying that we didn't come from nothing, because I can't sit here and act how a lot of people do. I feel like now, especially in 2026, but
Yeah, I understand that.
you know, like I appreciate the little things. You're not gonna see me out in designer, and I'd rather book flights and like make memories
Right.
and stuff like that.
That makes sense.
More sentimental than
Yeah.
materialistic. But I feel like if I didn't grow up in the situation I did with my mom and my dad and everybody, I wouldn't feel that way.
Right.
I could be wrong. Maybe I wouldn't, but
No, I think no.
I feel like it takes a big like toll and impact on
It
the
gave you
person.
perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you suddenly have somebody or you don't have somebody, you start to realize the importance of just like presence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or, like all you need is somebody to be sitting there. You know what I mean? They don't even really need to do much, just to have somebody right there.
That's my big thing. I say it all the time, especially with people I'm close with. Like half of me and my friends, we could hang out for like 2-3 hours and not say a word to each other. Just to know that like we have each other's presence there, and we could be sitting there watching TikTok videos the whole time.
What beats that? You know what I mean?
Like I appreciate that more than anything. Like don't get me wrong, do I like to go out to the club and party? Yeah, who doesn't? But if I could just chill out with my friends, chill, smoke a L, whatever, I'd rather do that, to be honest.
It's so invaluable when you get like actual solid people in your life. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the same boat when it comes to that type of stuff. Like I don't need no gestures, like big gifts to give in. I don't need none of that. You know what I mean? I just need like I don't know, like presence,
Yeah, your
loyalty,
time, your
like
presence.
just your actual like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like that's the most valuable thing you can give somebody, your time. That's crazy.
And I
You
feel
know what I
like
mean?
now that's hard to get.
Well, you also live in New York, so that shit
Yeah.
you know, that's
It's
like
not fun in that pool.
multiplied. You know what I mean?
That's what, like, I've been single since 2019. So, not that I don't want a relationship. I mean, would a relationship be nice? Yeah. But, I just feel like it's just not working for me, at least not in New York. Like I said, I have a busy schedule. I have a lot on my plate, and I don't have time for the toxic and bullshit and back and forth and
Literally.
like just be my peace. That's all I want. Be my peace.
Yo, say that louder for the women in the
Be
back.
my peace, because I don't got time for the bullshit.
That's facts.
Anything that a guy could do for me, I already do for myself. It would be nice to have someone to do it with, but I don't need all the extra shit because I'm not the type to do it to the person I'm with.
Right.
If I'm being crazy and crashing out, there's absolutely a reason behind it. It takes me a lot to get there. I build up a lot of stuff before I let shit hit the fan. So if shit hits the fan, you deserve it, and it's been long awaited. So, but I feel like now in New York, it's just too messy. No one wants a real relationship. Everyone wants to, do their thing, that's fine. But that's just not me. I've never
Right.
been that way. I can't.
I know I was talking about New York, but like honestly, I think that's just like an everywhere
Yeah.
right now.
It's
Social
just
media
a mess right now.
like literally ruined everything. I feel
Oh, yeah.
like.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And even now, you've seen that Apple with the new update, you could lock like all your apps and everything.
No, I didn't know about that.
That's what
What are you talking about?
on the new update. I don't have the new update yet, but I think it's like the 26 or 27, whatever the newest one is. You could lock all your apps that could only open with Face ID.
So you
But
could
I
be
just feel-
cheating like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
right now.
like it's just getting more messy. Like you guys are just supporting the antics. So I'm not the type to be going through phones and shit, but for the girlies that do, Apple did you guys dirty with that one.
That's crazy. You just gotta wait until he's sleeping.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what they
as
do.
long as you don't sleep on his face.
It's gonna be hard for a few of you, few of you freaks out there. That's
I mean,
crazy.
but I don't support it. Don't go through the phones because that's when shit start going left. As soon as you start looking through the phones, you're going to see something you don't want to see, even if it's from 3 years ago and they weren't even with you. And you're going to sit there and be mad about it. For what?
Interesting. That's a controversial take right there. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like that. I mean, like, I'd probably be a little mad too, but it's like, what are you going to do? It's not
No,
like it's
100%.
happening during if it happens during your relationship, do what you got to do.
No, 100%. I would just feel like the ideal situation would be that you feel so secure that you don't need to go through
Exactly.
the phone. But if you did decide to, ain't nothing to be seen. You know what I mean? That's be like the ideal
Like,
situation.
if you're going to look at the phone, I feel like that should just be your answer right there.
That's facts. That's like either A, you're not ready, or they're just, you don't trust them. You know what I mean? It's got to be either you got to do some more inner work because you don't trust nobody, or there's a reason that you shouldn't be trusting this person.
It's the truth. And now everyone's just too damn messy. I'm like scared. I'm scared to go into the dating pool. That, or I just feel like they just play games.
Now, what do you think? You think it's worse for like, are the men worse or are the women worse? Where's the problem? Is it just everybody fucked up?
I think it's everybody, to be honest. Listen, I'm a girl's girl. I'm not trying to hate on the girls, but I feel like both sides got got their good and bad, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I've seen some girls do some crazy shit, and I've seen some guys do some grimy stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it hurts more from the female because girls have a lot of emotion towards things. So it's like if we're going to go and actually do something, I feel like it's a little more than like I feel like a guy could just like go and like sleep with whoever and whatever, call it a day. Maybe not always, not all guys, but I feel like it's a little more easier, and especially in like society, like men get like dapped up for getting with 100 girls, but like if a girl got with 100 guys, you know, every label out of the book is going to get put on her. So I feel like for men it's kind of just like whatever, like I'm just doing my thing, but for women it's like more of an emotional attachment with it, cuz I mean, me personally speaking, I can't do stuff with somebody if I don't have that emotional connection like with you. Like I take that stuff very seriously, so it's like I don't like I wouldn't be able to just turn around and sleep with somebody when if I'm in love with the person I'm with.
Mm. That's good. That's how it's supposed to be.
I mean, yeah, it should be that way, but you know, I mean,
yeah.
shit happens,
Speak up.
relationships get messy. I mean, things happen, but I feel like it hurts more like on the guy standpoint when it happens to them from obviously a woman, because there's a little more to it than just getting with somebody as it would be with a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's like they're going back to their ex constantly, because then obviously there's something there. It's not just like a random person they got with. Like it's someone they obviously have emotional feelings for.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that. I got a question. Do you doubt yourself at all?
I would say sometimes, yeah. I'd be lying if I sat here and said I didn't. I feel like I'm very hard on myself. If I don't understand stuff, I will beat myself up about it. And I mean, I don't think that's always the greatest thing, but
Right.
I also can't really help it. It just kind of happens.
Right.
But
I think it's something that we could work from, and I think
yeah,
there's always duality in life, right? We always try to put it on either the good or the bad on, but really like there's always like the grass is greener. There's something to improve and there's something to realize. You know what I mean? So when we doubt ourselves, we got to learn to be kinder to ourselves, because like say like you had a friend who was like mad overweight or some shit, or wanted to lose weight or some type of shit, and they're beating themselves up. How would you talk to them? You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna be like, are you gonna go ham? You could. I mean, for guys, I know we probably go a little ham. You know what I mean? But like learning to be kind to yourself the way you would be kind to somebody else is definitely to be
it's
learned.
hard. It's
Yeah,
hard though. I
it
feel
is.
like
You
it's
just gonna
it's
give up
easier
though?
said than done. Like obviously, like you just said, like it's easier to sit there and be like, "You're a great person. Like you don't deserve this." Da 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 to your
Right.
friend. But then when it comes to you, it's just kind of like
Right.
shit.
But at the same time, like when you're that hard on yourself, it gives you something to move forward to. You know what
That's
I mean?
why I
It
feel
gives
like
you
I
like
get that way. Because, like, me being hard on myself is kind of what motivates me to get shit done.
right. But if we're too hard on ourselves, we might stay stagnant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like from my own personal experience, I know if I'm too hard on myself sometimes, I'll just be like, damn, like what? But if you get out of that shit, you just start taking one step. You know what I mean?
That's what I feel like I slowly started to do within, like, the past, like, maybe, like, 2 years.
Good.
I've been trying to, like, chill out with doing that to myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, it's just, like, there's no avoiding it. Like, sometimes it just happens, and it's, like,
Right.
I don't even expect it to happen, but
Right.
shit just gets to you. And
That makes total sense. That makes total sense. Again, I can only speak from my type of understanding, and like all like the experience that I've gone through, things I've found, social media, people telling me saying, if there's a voice inside of your head, telling you you can't or you're not good enough or all that other bullshit, realize that somebody else put that idea there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
I feel like that's kind of also what kind of like got me into doing modeling and stuff like that, because for when I was growing up and stuff, I was getting asked like all the time, like when you would go to the mall, they'd have like the model recruiters there, and my mom like wanted to do it for me when I was younger, and I was just too shy, so I said no. And also my mom, like I said, she was a single mom and she was working all the time, so she honestly didn't even have the time to stop what she was doing and drive me to shoots and stuff like that. So we ended up not doing it. And then I dated this kid for a while. That was a whole mess. And when we broke up, my friend Angelique was doing photo shoots and stuff like that, and she had me actually come with her to one, and I ended up doing it with her. It wasn't even like really planned, but I loved it. Like it just gave me this whole new confidence and stuff that like knew was in there, but I never really let out. And Like, I got to the point that, like, I could be a bum every day and have my hair in a knot and my clothes don't match, ripped, burnt, whatever. But I know I could pop out if I need to. Like, it just gave me that confidence that I never really had, always being the shy kid in the corner. And it kind of let me just step out of my shell. And I love it. And I started networking and meeting really cool people and getting cool experiences. I met my friend David over there from that. And it's been one of my solid friends for I don't even know how many years now, maybe like 5-6 years. Like, but I wouldn't have had that if I didn't start doing those things and if I didn't force myself to get out the shell and not listen to what other people were saying, because people would try and talk their shit when I was younger and try and bully and pick, and that's kind of why I felt that way. Even like, not my nanny, like, she wasn't like bullying and picking on me, but she was older, and modeling world is definitely different back then than it is now. Everyone was like a 00 and smaller, and I'm definitely not that little. So once I started shooting and seeing, like, okay, like, you can be a little bigger and still do this, and like, I built that confidence up, and now I just, like, no one can tell me shit like about it. Like, if you're gonna sit here and try and say, like, oh, like, you're ugly or whatever, you try and start with me, like, you're talking to the wrong person, because I'm not gonna take anything you're saying seriously, because
Thanks.
I could look like shit every day if I want, but I know when I need to pop out and look good, I could do it too.
Yeah, definitely.
But I was very closed off into myself, like, until I started to do that. I felt like me stepping into the modeling scene and opening up those doors really allowed me to kind of see more sides of who I am as a person, like my creative side and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of times that, like, we build photo shoots together and plans, and I'm finding crazy things and we're combining it. I would have never been able to do that if I didn't go with Angelique that day, to be honest, to do that photo shoot. And I made amazing friends from it as well.
So the gratification that you got from that photo shoot, was it like immediate? Like, is it just like right after the shoot itself you felt good? Or is it like after you had posted the photos, got a positive response?
I felt adoring. Just that photo shoot I did with my friend Tristan. That was like one of my first photographers I ever worked with. He's now in Miami, so maybe he'll see this. I would like to do a shoot if I come to Miami or you come back to New York. But he super good vibe, like, made you just feel comfortable, because I mean, I feel like I've personally had it. I know other girls and other models had it as well. Like, there's some weird people in the industry, and I didn't feel 1 ounce of uncomfortable, like, being uncomfortable at all with him. Like, he was super cool. We were kind of like close in age, we're not that far off, so it was just like a healthy vibe, and I was just like, if this is how it could be, I'm fully in. I feel good about myself. I feel good about the person I'm working with, and it wasn't just standing there and posing and taking pictures. Like, we made it fun, and I feel like most of the time when I do shoots, that is what it is. Like, we make it fun. We have a good time out of it, and we just make the most out of every minute that we have.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I love it. I think it's fun.
That's good. That's definitely really good. So I have like some segues and conversations I want to go into. I don't know exactly what I want to hit first, but maybe this. So I guess I'll just go into the controversial side, I guess, because that's the first thing that's coming to my mind instead of holding it back, right? So I remember back in the day, right? I had a boss. I was working a corporate job, and dude was like, doing pretty well for himself. He had 2 girlfriends. You know what I mean? And they knew about each other, and they would help pick up other girls with him. And I was just like,
right
damn, this is, I found the right
That's
mentor.
Him. He's him.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, like, this is it. And then some things happened, and I decided to walk away, right? But before that, I remember him saying, like, imagine me being scared. Again, this is controversial. So it's like, imagine me being scared to approach a woman or approach something, and their greatest purpose in life is to look pretty. That's some shit he said, right? And it kind of hit me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, damn, I know.
No. I mean, I feel like I'm making this face right now because I'm okay agreeing with you, because
that's what I'm saying.
Listen, a pretty face is nice. Don't get me wrong, but what else?
Legit.
Like, what else do you have?
Legit.
And, like, this is coming from a female, and, like, I feel like I have every right to say it because I bust my ass. And I know I have more to offer than just a pretty face.
Definitely.
I could cook, I could clean, book smart, I could, like, I'm also, like, one of the boys, too, so, like, I feel like I could get down and get dirty and do what we gotta do, like,
I'm sure.
I don't want to just sit here and just take pictures all day. Like, I
I'm
mean,
not
don't
trying
get
to
me
come
wrong,
at
it's
nobody.
fun, but
You know what I'm saying?
no,
So I have
it's true,
segues
though.
of like things that I want to like talk and just like because
Yeah.
I feel like you're smart enough that we can have like these types of
Yeah.
conversations, not get like in your feelings about me
No,
just talking about a little thing in the past that came in my, you know what I mean? Like, so my thing is, so with that in mind, right? Now I want to explore. I want to explore a little bit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you got into modeling, right, and you had that first shoot, did you get like a new sense of purpose? Did you feel like this is like a new purpose that just like came in and like or like
I felt like it opened something in me that I knew was deep down there that I just wasn't letting out, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't say a new purpose because, like I said, I have goals. Like, I want to be a dentist and stuff like that. Like, I probably wouldn't drop that, like, just purely for modeling. But at one point, I was trying really hard to, like, make that my purpose. But it's a hard field. It's not easy. I mean, it's something new, always changing. You have to have a lot of time and commitment into that. And I don't have the time with my life. It's hard. I would just say that it kind of allowed me to see this side of me that I was hiding in for a long time. I feel like that's my answer. That is my answer on that
no,
one.
that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, a lot of my corporate clients, when I put a camera on them, you see people kind of start to like jitter and kind of like because it's like they feel like every bit of them is being exposed. You know
I
what
was
I
a
mean?
little nervous about that before I came, but you're making me feel comfortable, so
Good.
I don't feel like I'm gonna be like that.
We're just talking.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know
I
what I
was
mean?
like,
I'm not here. I'm just trying to learn. You get what I'm saying? So like, if I ever sound like, that's why I want to phrase it like I'm not trying to be offensive or anything, because I know sometimes people can take shit to heart just with like a basic question. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to like
don't
understand
worry.
stuff.
You don't have to.
Appreciate
You don't
you.
have to censor yourself. I'm
All right,
cool.
all right,
I don't really get offended that easily.
good. So that was just like my question, because like with the whole thing of like feeling pretty, and that's very important for women, right? Like so
It's
it's
a
just
hard
like,
society, you know. Society plays a big role in that.
what
I mean,
if
I think everyone's beautiful in their own ways, you know. Like there's
right? What about
differences, but they set it so high, the standard now.
you have a great look,
Thank
right? You're pretty. You know what I mean? Now, so when you went to modeling and you got that outlet of that gratification, just like, damn, I look good, blah, 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 and that helped you so much. You know what I mean? What about for women who may not be as attractive and may not be able to get that gratification of like, do you think that exists?
I feel like, and I know this is gonna sound cliche, but I feel like everyone really does have their own beauty in their own way.
For sure.
Whether, even if it's not physical,
Right.
like it could just be like something like what your craftsmanship or whatever you do.
Right.
Like, but I just feel like, you know, there's things that everyone could do for themselves to make them feel better. Even, and I'm not saying like go and go get surgery and do this and do that. I'm not here for that. But like, if some people are just doing self-care, warming up a bubble bath for yourself, doing a face mask, and just chilling out, whatever it is for you to help you wind down and relax and make you feel good inside, just do that.
I
Just
mean,
do
that's
that for
also
you.
kind of easy to say because, like, remember, like, for men, I feel like we get like strength from like respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when we feel like we can actually accomplish it, we're capable. You know what I mean? Then we feel good. You know what I mean? And then on the flip side of that, going back to the whole like pretty side of stuff for women, like a lot of women, they'll feel good when they like, you know, they look good. You know what I mean? And they get like all the other stuff. So it's like we say like the bubble bath and stuff, but I feel like some people really struggle with like their appearance or their capability or
I feel like you have to do what you need to do, like for you. Like, you know, everything's different for
Yeah.
everyone. Whether it might be like, oh, I need to go to the gym and get in the gym more and pump up, or I need to go to therapy and talk to somebody because it's more so my emotions, or I want to get a new hairstyle. You know, like there's little things that you have to do for yourself.
These are complex questions. These are
Yeah.
not like these are
Like,
people.
I know you got me thinking right now.
We're not gonna answer it in this podcast. It's just a
I'm
thought.
like, thank God I didn't burn
thought-
before.
I thought,
I'd be sitting
I can
here
see
like,
you sweating. You're just like, oh God, I gotta have this answer. No, who has this answer?
No,
Sway?
it's a hard answer, but I feel like it's just little things that you could do for yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't want to, like, I'm not going to sit here and take everyone else's opinion because then I'm just going to be forming myself to what they want me to be.
Definitely right.
If I feel like I need a haircut or change the color of my hair or get a tattoo, whatever that I'm gonna do it because I want to do it, not because someone else is making me feel that way.
Right.
Well, I want to do what makes me feel confident,
Right.
and I feel like everyone should.
You have a sense of self-worth,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
I always tell everyone all the time, as corny as it is, to get anywhere, whether it's friendship, relationships, even sometimes mending family, like you have to love yourself first. You need to know your worth, know what you bring to the table and what you deserve as well. And whether it's respect or the way they're treating you, it's just, you need to know that you're not nothing. You're somebody. Everybody's life is worth living, and, you shouldn't let anyone make you feel otherwise.
Damn straight. Damn straight. Self-worth. Have an understanding of what you can do. Another question that I got. These segues are top notch. God darn it. Damn, I just like brain farted real quick. Two sides of it. Two questions, right? The question of purpose, right? So tell me a little bit about your purpose right now and ultimately what you want to achieve, right? And then also, is that created from like circumstances and environment? And then on the flip side of it, what would be your ideal life to live? Like, fuck all this other bullshit out here. Ideal life versus what you feel like you got to do right now.
Ideal life would be me living on the beach in Puerto Rico. I know I said it like 5 times, but that really is what it is. Everyone that knows me knows that's how I feel. I just want to be away. I want to be away from New York. I just kind of, I feel one with the island when I'm there. So that's why I want to be there, and that's my goal. And once I get through with the dental school and everything, what I would really like to do is do like 6 months up in New York or whatever, and then like the other 6 months down in Puerto Rico, because I love PR and I probably won't want to leave, but New York, definitely the money is better. But I'd rather, especially starting off, like it's not going to be easy, and I got to do what I have to do to make the money. So I'd probably start off in New York, but I want to be down in Puerto Rico to help. I know it's hard to live down there. It's not easy. I feel like a lot of people like make it out to be something that is completely not. Like, you're not getting minimum wage like you are up here in the States and stuff like that. Like, so it's very different, and a lot of people aren't able to get the help, and I would love to go down there and make people feel good about themselves and change their smiles and make them feel happy, and not do it at how we do it up here. Like, I feel like everything is just money, money, money up here. Like, I want to help, whether if down there I do like a more, I guess, like charity type of dental office and help the people that don't have it. I would like to do that eventually once I get the money where I can do that, because it's not easy, and like insurance and stuff like that, it's fucking hard. At least I know up here it is. I know it's different down there, but I would like to do that. And for now it's just honestly just getting through every fucking day, if you want to be honest. I know that's like very plain, but just getting through every day, getting everything done. Like I said, by the time I get through the end of the week, I feel like I have like nothing left in me. I'm so shot. I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to do everything I have to do to get out of the situation I'm in, as well as I want to be the person in my family to actually do something. And like I said, we didn't come from much. We don't really have much, and I want to change that. I'm the only one that actually like went to college, and I want to be able to set everyone up in a good situation. Like, I want to take my nieces.
Do you feel like you're putting too much on your shoulders?
All the time, but I want to be able to get there one day and be able to help my family and stuff like that, because I feel like, they do whatever they can for me, and we didn't have the easiest road either. So even if it takes long and the people that I want to do it for aren't here no more, I still have my nieces and nephews, and like I want to give them a good life too.
Right. No, I
even if it's
that.
nothing major, just little things, like even if it's just a place for them to stay or things to do. Like, I just want to be there to help them in any way I can.
Definitely.
Those
Let's not forget about presence. You know what I mean? While we're still here, while we're like grinding and we're like laser tunnel vision, we still like just have our presence, because that's invaluable.
That's another thing too, which I should have said before when you were asking me like my hardships and stuff. I lost a lot of people. A lot of people. And like I don't mean just family. Like I lost a lot of friends. And
Death.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
thank you. I mean, like I said, I'm only 25. Like I shouldn't have the number of people that I have on that list.
Yeah.
But that was really hard for me, and it started from a young age, and it's still happening. I just lost one of my friends in April, so it's just crazy shit. It's crazy shit. It's not easy. I feel like no one should have to go through that experience at all.
What is that even like?
It fucking sucks. It really, I like. It's a lot. It's a lot of different emotions. I've become very, like, stern. Like when, like I don't know. I don't know. Like I just become blank.
Numb.
Yeah. I have my moments like within myself that like I'll cry and I get upset and but I get like such a shock. Like I feel like one of those weird people at the funeral. Like I have no emotion. Like I'm just like, because I just can't believe it. Like I'm just like what. And it's just like I've had numbers of things like for how they passed away. I've had people drug overdose. I've had suicide. I've had people get shot. Like it's as well as in like my family, old age and sicknesses and stuff. It's very different. I mean, I think family wise, the one that hit me the hardest was my mom's mom, my grandma. She was my last grandparent, and she was kind of like the matriarch of my whole family. So once she went, like everything's different now. It's not the same. Holidays aren't the same. I'd rather not even go, to be honest. That was my safe space. Like, my grandma, I always ran to her. My siblings, I love them to death, but you know how siblings can be. They bully you. They start with you. I'm the baby, so I'm getting it from all three of them. And I would just run and stay with her. I'd sit in her room. I'd cook with her. Like, that was my girl. So when she passed, I definitely spiraled a little bit. That was kind of a shit show moment for that time. But, I
Can't even
mean,
imagine.
I'm still probably not fully healed from it. I know I'm not, but I've learned to deal with it, and I know they're here. I believe in spirits and all that stuff, and I go to get readings and stuff like that done, and the things that I've heard and that they told me, no one else would have known, and I fully believe it, and I know that they're with me all the time. So that's kind of what helps me. I know they're there, and I know that I've been in plenty of situations that I could have not came out of, or I could have put myself in a bad situation.
Yeah.
And I feel like because I know I have them as my guardian angels, I got out of it for like some odd reason. I know that's like controversial. Not everyone like believes in that stuff, but I genuinely do feel like it felt as if I had someone looking out for me in those times. So
I respect that.
I love them. I appreciate them. It sucks they're not here. I mean, I know they're here, but not physically. And I wish like they were still here to go through some things in life with me.
Yeah.
Especially my grandparents and stuff. Like I say to my mom all the time, my mom had me when she was 40. So she had me super late. She's now 65. I'm only 25. I'm in no rush on getting married and having kids. And, I have goals and I have stuff that I have to do. And I want that, but I don't need it right now. I'm barely getting by myself. I'm not trying to bring a kid or anything else into the situation until I'm ready. But I told her all the time, I'm like, I wouldn't change you as my mom. I just wish you had me earlier because it scares the shit out of me that there's a chance that you might not be there for any of that. I already don't have my grandparents. I don't talk to my dad, and to be honest, I'm pretty sure he might not be doing that well anyway. So like, there's probably a chance he wouldn't even been able to make it. And my mom, like, that's all I have. So I'm like, you were there for my siblings getting married, having kids, and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't want to say you won't be there, but I don't know when that's gonna happen, and you might not.
Seems like you feel some real deep feelings on that.
Yeah, I mean, one of my closest friends lost both of her parents, and like, I wouldn't know what to do. Like, that's family right there for me. Like, I have her for anything. I've been there for every step of the way between her parents dying and stuff like that, and I don't know how she does it. Like, I give it to her. She's one of the strongest people I know because I lost my mom, I would probably crash the fuck out.
Yeah.
It would not be well for anyone in my path.
That shit's crazy. I know some grounding that helps me is I'm a man of faith, and I believe in God and Christ of the Bible, and I believe in heaven, and I think that there's a reason for our suffering. I feel like life is always going to be fleeting. It's never going to be enough. You know what I mean? I think everything is on the other side, and that's what I'm working for. And I think that, The job is to have a relationship with Christ so that you can live in eternity. Try to get everybody, if they don't have a relationship themselves, try to maybe plant a seed for that relationship to happen. And then, when we die, we got eternity waiting for us. We got no sadness, nothing, just straight happiness, just enjoying forever. You know?
That's one. I agree because that's one thing I do get from when I go get my readings and stuff done. Like that's one thing that's been clarified for me is that's what it is. Like they're all happy and not to worry. My last reading we went and I went like maybe a week after my friend passed, and the week before me and my friend Angelique were talking and we were like crying and like we're upset obviously, and we start like at one point we just kind of looked at each other and just started laughing because we were like, if Jesse was here right now he would be laughing at us like, the fuck are you crying for, like stop acting like that, and like I'm good, I'm okay, don't worry about me. Next week I go to get my reading, she said that word for word. The psychic literally looked at me and was like, because I started tearing up when we were talking, and she goes, he's laughing at you right now saying, what are you crying for? He's like, I don't miss you. He was like, listen, I don't want you to take it the wrong way, but I don't miss you. I'm with you all the time. Like I know you miss me, but you don't need to. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm good. I'm safe. I'm with all the people I love, and you don't have to worry about a thing. And hearing that is just, it was good. It was good to know. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel a little safe, and it I feel like when my time does come, like I'll be good. I'm not. Death is scary. Death is something I feared for a very long time. I feel like I'll never not fear it. But those moments and hearing those things gives me a positive outlook on it. And like, oh no, like I'm not gonna go to hell. Like I'm not gonna burn. But I know I do good for people, and I know the people that I'm there for know where I come from with everything, and know that I come with everything with a lot of meaning and love and care, and I feel like everyone will be safe and okay. You just have to put the good out in the world, and the good will be put back to you.
Yeah. Yeah. And we may not even get like that gratification in our life. You know what I mean? Like we may not get that reciprocity that we imagine, that we wait for, that we wish for. And that's why it even strengthens my faith even more. Just knowing that like at the end of the day, it's not about the rewards or the riches that I gain in this life. It's about the riches that I build in heaven. Because in this life, cockroaches can get to them. They decay, they die. All my riches, they decay and they die. You know what I mean? But the riches in heaven,
Never stops.
yeah, you can't change it. It's forever. So I feel like just my general train of thought, and I think we might touch up and get like some like final thoughts on you soon. But I feel like I could be wrong, but it seems like the death side of things has a major impact on you more than maybe the upbringing of the family. And then also to correlate it to then segue into your thoughts on what I'm saying is, do you think like with this thing that happened with your father, the broken home, as you mentioned, do you feel like when your father kind of was out of the picture and now like dealing with people no longer in the picture, do you think there's correlation to how heavy it hits because of your sense of loss, maybe your dad leaving or whatever killed that relationship? Like, do you...
I never thought of it like that, if you want to be honest.
Yeah.
Can it play a role? Maybe. It might. I mean, it's never been brought to my attention like that for
That's
me.
why I wanted to say
Yeah,
it.
like I never really sat and like tried to put the two together.
Yeah.
I feel like it definitely can put an impact on that because I mean, for a long time growing up, like I said to you earlier, my mom kind of let me figure out on my own where I was with my dad, and a lot of he had to do a lot of fuck ups for me to realize how I felt on the situation. And like at first I was too little, I didn't really know.
Yeah.
And then once I realized like what it was, like it was just it left me wondering a lot, I feel like. And I also feel like with death it leaves me wondering a lot too. Mm-hmm. What could have happened, what could have changed it,
right?
How could they avoided it, just...
Do you also feel like maybe it's like, why did they leave me?
Yeah, and that as well. I say it all the time. I see myself, I'll be in the car and I talk to them all the time and I'm like why the fuck did you do this? Why the fuck did you leave me here all fucking alone with these crazy ass people? Like, but I don't know. I mean, it's just a lot. Death definitely played a major toll in my life. I definitely brought up the family stuff first because I feel like that was kind of like the foundation of where like everything kind of stemmed from at first.
Right.
But I lost my best friend Juju at 16. He had sickle cell anemia, and it just got really bad. And one night I found out he passed, and I felt like my whole world fell apart. That was my best friend.
Right.
And I just kind of felt like after that, people just started following right behind him.
Almost like every time you get a sense of security, they get stripped from you.
Yeah. And I feel like that's why I have my guard up and I don't let a lot of people in. Like my friends and
That makes
stuff,
sense.
I got you, and that's one thing. But like I guess like relationship wise, I don't let a lot of people in because of that.
But maybe like again, I personally believe that like the pain that we go through, like God will give difficult paths to those he believes are strong enough to handle it. You know what I mean? And right now you've had to suffer through some shit. You know what I mean? But I think maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe there's somebody who you're gonna help. Maybe there's a woman that you're gonna become.
That's why I feel like I take on way more than I need to, all the time. Like, I'm the friend that everyone calls, and yes, I got you. I'll be there always, because I just feel like I don't want that to happen to me. Like, anyone that I'm close with that I have in my life, I give you my 100%. I give you exactly what I expect you to give to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I've come to find out life isn't that long and you don't know when your next day is, and I try to give everyone my all. Like, I want to make it worth it. I want to make me being in your life or you being in my life worth it. And sometimes I drive myself a little crazy with trying to take on all these things that I don't need to.
So that being said, right, when you want to make your life worth it, do you feel like there could be some things that happen with this? You could be pretending or being something that you're not in order for other people to get something out of it in return. And that being said, like, you may attract people who aren't really who don't care about you and care more so about the feeling that you're trying to emit, the whatever that you're giving them. You know what I mean?
So have I stumbled in those situations in my life? Yeah. Those people are no longer in my life.
Good.
I feel like all the people that are in my life and are my friends, and I mean, most of the people that are my friends, I consider straight up family. They're not friends no more at this point. But I'm very real. I'm very blunt and honest, and I know like everyone can say that, but no, I really mean it. Like, half the time, like, my friends do come to me and vent to me about stuff, but some of them won't, purely because they know I'm not gonna hold nothing back. I'm gonna tell you where you're wrong, they're wrong, in the middle. Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, no, fuck him, he's an asshole, he did this. Meanwhile, you did 20 other things that made him do that. Like, no, I'm gonna tell you where you're wrong. And sometimes, people don't want to hear the truth. They want you to be delusional with them and, stand on their side. And it's like, I'm not on your side, but also too, I'm gonna be real and tell you where you went wrong. I'm gonna stand on your side in front of anybody, but when the doors close, I'm gonna turn around and tell you, no, bro, you fucked up.
Right.
And not everyone could do that, but I mean, at least my friends know that that's the person I am in their life, and because of that, a lot of them are that way with me. I don't think my friends really hold back when it comes to me.
Good. I respect that. I want to see more of that. I don't feel like enough women are really doing that. You know what I mean? Just being blunt. I also wouldn't know because I'm not in the friend group of women, but I feel like a lot of them like to live the delusion.
Yeah, a lot of people are delulu, and I feel like a lot of people sugarcoat. And can I be delulu? Yeah, absolutely. But I feel like I'm aware.
Absolutely.
I am delusionally aware with certain situations. Like, I'm not sitting here like, oh my God, why did he do this to me? I'm like, no, I know exactly why this happened, because why the fuck am I dealing with it? I'm sitting here and making it okay. Like, stuff like that. But I feel like otherwise, for the most part, I don't have time to take shit. Like, I don't have time to sit here and play games. Like, my life is too serious and I have too much going on. It's very fast paced. Day by day, go with the flow. I got to do what I have to do. And if there's just going to be issues, I really don't want anything to do with it. I've cut people off. I cut family off. I cut friends off, relationships. If you're making shit harder for me, I'm good. And it's not like, I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, like when shit gets rough, I run out. That's not what I'm saying. But like, if you're just gonna make everything an issue, and like I said before, not be my peace and not grow and build together, like, what's the point in this? Whether it's friendship or a relationship, like, I feel like the people you have in your life should be people that help you grow and help you be better and not hold you back. I feel like if we're just not doing anything for each other, like, what's the point of this? Right. Not saying that every relationship you have in your life has to be like, oh, I do this and I get this in return. No, it's just, I want to see you do good and I want you to feel the same way for me. I don't want there to be any underlying animosity or anything like that. Like, let's get this money, let's do what we have to do, let's get our goals, and let's be happy.
Yeah, legit. That's why as I get older, it just kind of solidified the fact that I need a purpose. I have a purpose. And once you have a purpose, you find people who align with that purpose.
Absolutely.
Whether it's relationships, intimacy, or just friendships in general. You know what I mean? If you're just wandering through, you're going to probably accept maybe anything that comes into your life. You know what I mean? So having a purpose is like, I feel like is the fix to that type of shit. Because then if you lock in on your purpose, when somebody comes into your shit and they're not and they're not adding to that purpose or they're taking away from that purpose, that person becomes irrelevant. And you're not going to keep up with that shit. But if someone is helping build to that path, boom, bada bing, bada boom. So, very, very interesting.
Yes, we got some good topics.
Yeah, we did.
You picked my brain.
Yeah, I did. I just want to touch up maybe one last thing.
Yeah.
Just before we close it out. And we don't have to talk about this at all, just so you know. But like, do you want to explore some of the things that you experienced with your father?
I don't care.
What happened?
Okay, so I mean, like I said, I was very young, so the beginning stages of it wasn't really too noticeable for me.
Right.
But you know, a lot of the time, just from being younger, he'd come home drunk, whatever. They'd start arguing. I'm gonna go hide in my room, and all I hear is the yelling and whatever. He didn't know how to handle his liquor at all. There's been multiple situations that I remember one time from the house that we left with the U-Haul, when we lived there, my sister was on the phone with me on the house phone, and I don't know how old I was. I was probably like, well, we left in kindergarten, so I had to be like 5 or whatever at the time. And she hung up, but I still had something to say to her. So I was like, oh, and I went to try and call her back. He literally got so mad. I don't know why he got mad, but he like, and like flung me into the fucking wooden cabinets in my kitchen. And obviously I'm little and I'm like, I got upset, I started crying. You hurt me. You just threw me into fucking cabinets for trying to call my sister back. Like, so, shit like that happened. There was one time after we left, this is why his mom actually came to come live with us, was my nanny had diabetes, so, obviously you're not supposed to have certain things, but once in a while she'll cheat. You want pancakes or Chinese food or whatever. And I was with her at the house, and he came home from wherever he was, bombed. She had either Chinese or pancakes, and he seen her had it, and he got mad and ripped it from her, starts eating it right in front of her face. His own mom doesn't allow her to have food, whatever. They start fighting, arguing. It got so bad that we ran into my nanny's room, locked ourselves in there. My mom came, picked us up. We jumped out the front window. Luckily, we were on the first floor, but we jumped out the front window. My nanny took her shit, got in my mom's car. My nanny lived with me after that. It was just like a lot of aggression and built up anger towards everyone, and I don't know why. It was just... But, then he would constantly come in and out. My mom and him got back together a couple times. One of the last times was at my old house. Everything was great. I actually was like in school telling my teacher, I'm like, oh, my dad came back, like mad delusional. That's where I was delusional at that time in my life. So I'm like, oh, my dad's back, yay, whatever. I'm playing I think I was playing like basketball with the boys on the block, and he came home and called me downstairs. So I go into my room, whatever. Basically looks at me and tells me I'm leaving again. So I crash out. I'm upset. I'm crying. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why do you keep coming and going? My mom flipped out, kicked him out at that moment because she was like, you're not about to make my daughter cry. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He left. And it was a lot of that. Like, a lot of just coming, going. not sure what he wanted to do. And then one of the last things that cut it off for me that like made me not want to speak to him was my 10th birthday. He came back in the picture once again. I'm all excited, whatever. I had a birthday party planned for me, and I ended up canceling it because he said he was gonna hang out with me, and I sat under my grandma's door for 2 days. He never showed up. I just sat at the glass door. I didn't move. I got up to go to the bathroom. That was it. I didn't eat, nothing. I was so upset. From that moment on, I was like, all right, fuck you.
Right.
And as time went on, I started to get older, and I would see things like my mom wouldn't ever talk shit about my dad to me. Nothing. Like, once she started to say stuff about my dad, it was when I was older and I was saying it myself. And then she'd be like, okay, yeah, like, he is an asshole. And I'm like, I know. Like, but, you know, like, she let me figure it out for myself. And I just chose, I was like, I don't need this. You talk about my mom online. You always find a way to make a fucking dumbass comment that no one wants to hear. And I'm like, you're not doing nothing to make me want to be a part of your life. And also, it's not like you're really trying to have me a part of yours either. I feel like it's just kind of like, oh, like in the moment, like he'll try. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it might have changed, and he's tried to reach out a couple of times within like the past couple of years, but I just block it. I feel like it's not worth it for me to open up and conversate about. I did 25 years fine without you in it. What do I need you in it now? That's just kind of where I don't know. I'm just like, I'm done with the comments, negative energy, the acting like you did something when you didn't. When my nanny, his mom passed away, we went down for the funeral, and why, I don't know. They decided to go to fucking Olive Garden. But we're at Olive Garden, and he pays for my meal, and I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know, like, he made it like it was like, oh, like, I got Vicky's bill and, like, paid for me, and I'm like, what about, like, the 15 years of child support? Like, what about when we needed shit and you just never showed up? What about when
What about those 2
you left me
days you
high
were
and
waiting on the
dry
door?
all the time? What about every time I come to your house and I think I'm supposed to be hanging out? No, you're just drunk watching football, and I'm getting bullied by your girlfriend's son and your neighbor's son, and I'm not realizing I'm getting bullied by them because I'm just a little kid and they're older than me and I'm just trying to hang out.
Right.
But then as I got older, I'm like, these motherfuckers are bullying the shit out of me, and I was just taking it. And he's too drunk watching fucking football to give a fuck. I don't want to be there.
Makes sense.
I know people have been through worse shit, you know, but I just feel like no one should have to deal with that from their
It's
dad.
your story, and that's what you've handled.
I just feel like no one has to have to ever go through that with anyone, especially their own parents or family. Like, what's the point of it? I watched you honestly tear down every bridge you had and treat everyone in your life like shit for beer.
That's deep.
I'm good. Like, I'm good off that.
I totally understand that. I just had a conversation with my roommate today, and we were talking about some shit, and I mentioned similar situation that you had mentioned, and he asks me, like, anyone ever think about or talk, like, ask what made that person start drinking? You know what I mean? Like, what is it, something that they lost? Was it like you know what I mean? And it's not to like justify,
Yeah.
but it's also just to like
But everything happens for a reason.
Right.
There's always a stem of something. And for my dad, I don't know what the fuck it was. And I mean, like, that's probably something, if I did talk to him, that's probably what would come up. But I just feel like you're not worth, like, my time of day. You're not worth hearing what I have to say. And also, too, like, I personally don't think it's, like, I'm being very nice, like, about it right now, talking about it. But I don't think I'd be nice in that conversation. And he generally makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, when I used to have to be in a room, like, with him, like, after all that shit, like, I would run. I'm like, I don't want to see you, nothing, like. And I'm not, like I said, like, he wasn't sitting there, like, beating the fucking shit out of me and stuff. But, like, yeah, he's put hands on me before. He's come out of out of his face at me. And he's the main reason why I have, like, anxiety with, like, men in authority figures. Whether it's, like, a boss or principal at school, teacher, whatever. Like, I always was kind of like, Like, if they came sideways at me, I would kind of, like, freeze up
Mm.
and not know what to do. And I feel like it was because just growing up and, like, seeing his bad moments and seeing how he could get. But I know at the end of the day, like, when he wasn't drinking and stuff, like, he wasn't like that. You know, like, I loved my dad when I was younger. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's my dad at the end of the day. Of course, I'm going to always have some type of love. But you put me through some shit. Like, you don't deserve to see how well I've handled myself and how well as a person I become. I feel like a lot of people feel like if you come from a broken home and stuff, like, you're not going to be a good person, or, like, you're going to have a lot of hardships or, like, struggle in life. And I feel like that's not the case, like, at all. I just feel like it's the way you bring your kid up and the way you show them to go about life. That's why I respect my mom for everything she does and the way she went about things with me and my dad and letting me figure it out on my own, because my mom wasn't sitting there being a bitter baby mom and trying to talk shit about my dad any chance she can, or try and keep me from not seeing my dad. And she let me do it completely on my own. I didn't want to stay. I didn't have to stay. I wanted to go. I could go. I wanted to call him every day. I could have. But I feel like a lot of people, moms and dads, whatever the situation may be, you know, they let their shit between them go on the kid. And that's why a lot of times the kids struggle when they're grown up. Whether it's just being a bad crowd, getting into something they shouldn't be involved in. It's because, you know, shit at home ain't that great either. And you don't know any different. Like, my family, we're there for each other. We love each other. But I don't feel like my family is very close-knit. Like, I became very close with my best friend's family because they are very close-knit. And, like, they kind of fulfill that, like, empty part I get in, like, the family life. Like, her stepdad is amazing. He's the craziest man you'll ever meet. Her mom, all of them. Like, I go to every family occasion. Sometimes they're not even there, and I'm there. Like, that's my family now. Like, if I didn't have them, like, when I like, met them, I don't know how I'd be, to be honest. They helped heal a lot of shit that I dealt with from past stuff.
I'm glad you have them in your life.
Me too. I love them. My peoples.
Beautiful. This was pretty solid. Pretty deep convo.
Yeah, no, I appreciated it. You know, I feel good. I feel like some weight was left off my shoulders after this conversation today.
Good. I still feel like there's a lot to unpack.
Oh, yeah.
Quite honestly. You know what I mean? Like, maybe we'll have to hit up a part 2 at some point.
Let me know.
You know what I mean? And get that shit going. Real
Yeah.
shit. Because I also feel like we're touching the surface, but I also feel like
There's more.
She's like an onion. She's like an
Yes,
onion.
there's a lot of layers.
You're willing to speak on certain shit, but, like, I don't know if you're actually, like, touching them. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I feel like.
Oh, no, you have to find out in part 2. No.
We'll have to find out in part 2. Definitely. Excellent. So, Vic, I want to thank you for coming on the show. It was a wonderful time, and I appreciate you opening up and sharing your story. I'm sure somebody out there will find some value in that. And also, I'm going to link your socials down below. So if you're watching this, go follow her, give her a follow, leave a comment down below of some questions you may have for her. And obviously subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Is there anything that you want to close out and say, like address, or like little words, tidbits, advice maybe for a younger Vic, or anything?
All right. Well, first, thank you so much for having me. This was a lot
welcome.
of fun, and I'm very excited to do this again. Closing out words. I mean, I guess I hope some of you guys could agree with what I said. I hope you guys could get some takeaways with this, and you know, love yourself. Do what you have to do for you. Don't let anyone hold you back from your goals and what you want to do in life. And any negative or toxic shit that's not bringing you up, cut it out. Let it go.
Cut it out. Where's that from?
I don't
Cut
remember.
it out. I feel like it's Zach and Cody, but it's not. Cut
Something
it
growing up.
out.
But tell them kick rocks and keep it pushing. You don't need it. You do not need it. Make every day your best day. Make your day. I always say to myself, I'm my biggest competition. Be better than the day before every day.
Right.
Some days are harder than the next, but it's okay. You'll get through it. Some days are shitty. Some days are great.
Right.
You'll be good.
There's
It's
hills
life.
and values.
It's life.
That's right. Beautiful. Again, thank you so much. This was an awesome episode, and we'll see you in the next one.